morning, guys. I hope everyone had a calm and peaceful New Year's Day. We did. We headed to town. I got some work done, and my husband got some work done on my pickup, which is what I desperately need him to do. And it was just a relaxing day. We really didn't do a whole lot. So I am in the process of taking down Christmas, but I have a doctor's appointment that I have to head to town for shortly. And then when I get home, I will work on the tree, everything that I should have done yesterday, but just never got around to. I spent all day working on billing, and I'm not quite done. I still need to do that. But yeah, today's going to be we're kind of in stasis right now. January is one of those months where not a whole lot is going on. We're kind of in waiting mode for lambs to start dropping in February, and in February is when we start ramping up to get everything ready for lambs. Although if the weather does turn off nice, I'd like to get the ewes and lambs in the barn outside. Although it's supposed to start snowing about 2 o'clock this afternoon all the way, let's see, today is Wednesday. So for the next week, from Wednesday to Wednesday, we have a 30 to 70% chance of snow every day. So not only is that going to make everything sloppy, it is really going to mess with me pulling out fencing. Okay, had my husband call as I was videoing. But yes, I am headed for town for a doctor's appointment. He was going to take me to lunch, but he has to meet with, I think they're like the county cops for something. I don't know. I don't. It's not my thing. It's not that I don't pay attention. It's that it's none of my business. So he's doing a very late breakfast, early lunch with them around 10. And that's about my doctor appointment. So I will probably just stop in and say hi after I am done and head home to finish up the billing. I didn't get done yesterday because I'm waiting on some numbers from him. And there was something else in the office I needed to get done today. Now I can't remember what it is. Hopefully I will remember when I get home. All right, let's head to town. And when we get home, we will, I don't know. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot going on. It's supposed to snow and be crummy for the next week, so pulling fence probably won't happen unless it warms up, which it's not supposed to get above 28 degrees Fahrenheit for the next 10 days. So yeah, it's kind of up in the air right now. All right, back home. No issues at the doctor, thankfully. Blood pressure is finally coming down, so everything looks great. I know I said when I got home I was going to be doing some book work, and I really need to get on that. However, I got an email from the Dairy Sheep Association of North America that I am a part of, and they are planning on doing, let's see, they announced this at the AGM in December, that they are going to be having their symposium in person, not online this year, thank you, but it's going to be in Chicago. I don't know if you're aware, but Chicago is expensive. So if you've watched me, you know I live for my planners. I buy up 3, sometimes 4 a year to keep track of everything between work and the farm and my personal life and my social media and my Bible studies. And I love my happy planners, but they are getting expensive. So I bought one happy planner this year just for my Bible studies. That's all that's going to go in it. And for the first time in my life, I bought a bullet journal. I've never bullet journaled in my life before. And it's a learning experience. I have just spent the last, 30 minutes working on a savings for Chicago. I am hoping that between now and November, what the symposium will be, I can, actually probably October would be more realistic, so that I have the money for November. So between now and October, I want to save $2,000. So I put down $20 increments, because I figure, you know, $20 are pretty easy to just like stash. But we have a problem saving money, because every time we save it, something goes wrong and we have to use that money to fix the baler or buy him a new stacker because he burned it up, or refix the dairy barn because it flooded, or fix all my lights in the barn because we had a short and it messed everything up. So every time we get a little bit of money saved, poof, it magically goes away. So I am trying really, really hard. If I can do this, if I can save like $100 a week, I should be okay. So keep your fingers crossed. Let's hope we can get there. I am working on some New Year's goals. I don't do resolutions. I think they're a joke, but I do like to plan goals for the year. My biggest goal is to milk my sheep. I'm so tired of only being able to milk, 6 or 8 of them, and for this 3-week window, because something happens. Either I don't have any help, I don't have any time, especially once we get into hay, and I need to make a plan so that I can figure out how many I'm going to milk, how long I'm going to milk them. I miss making cheese. I really miss making cheese. I miss having yogurt from my sheep milk. I miss making soap. I miss doing all that stuff. So I have my biggest goal besides conquering sourdough. I don't know why. Everybody says, oh, sourdough's so easy. You just do this, and then you make stuff. I can't get past the first 2 weeks of doing sourdough. I don't know. Maybe it's just because my brain is so scattered. I don't remember to feed it, or I don't remember to the discard, or I don't know. But my goal is to conquer sourdough this year. So that's my number 1 goal. My number 2 goal is to milk my sheep, to actually accumulate enough milk to be able to make cheese and yogurt and soap. I just want to milk my sheep. And then my other goal is to have a amazing hay season so that I can afford to keep replacement lambs this year for everything that I'm having to sell. I really hate having to sell my sheep, but I don't want them to starve either. So I want a bumper hay crop this year, and if I'm doing it all myself, not having to rely on anybody else, it's definitely doable. So that is my 3 goals. I really had to get out of the house. I have been basically in front of that computer all morning, most of the afternoon, I guess. Morning I wasn't here, but yeah. So I am going to head down, check on my sheep, make sure everything is still okay down there. I heard the dogs barking, so I don't see any sheep out, but they could just be mad because I haven't been down there yet today. So we'll go check things out down there. I hate to keep saying there is nothing going on this month, but honestly, January is so slow around the farm. It's crummy, it's cold. The temperature has dropped a bunch in just the last hour. And I don't have a lot of ambition to go out, and I can't do fencing because everything's frozen. We didn't get above, we hit 35 today, but not enough to actually thaw anything, you know what I mean? So we're just taking it day by day at this point. There's really just not a whole lot going on until we get closer to lambing. Trouble with holding on to these girls as long as I am. I don't really want to get rid of any of them. You know, I have some that I'm already keeping that I've marked like her, and her. Then you look at ones like this. And there's a couple over here. Just like, yeah, maybe I should keep a few extra sheep. But I'm not supposed to keep any more. What were there, 7 that I kept from my June group is about all I can really probably get away with. So she's a keeper, and that one's a keeper, and she's a definite keeper. She's a sturgeon baby. So yeah, I just really have to remind myself that these guys are gonna go away whether I want them to or not. Hi, Casper. What you doing? You waiting for me to feed you? Let me get the girls in the barn done, and then we'll go feed you, okay? How does that sound? Deal? Hi, sis. I know, you guys don't care. You just want me to get you food. Hello, Bubba. Hi. I know, hi. How's my boy? Hi. And there's my other boy. Hi. Yeah. The friendlier you guys are, the better off it will be. Okay. Oh, sis. Oh, no, there's your tag. I'm like, you lost your tag. No, you're the one I put it in the wrong ear. Man, you're a monster. Well, I think it's time. It's January 3rd. I probably should unplug my barn lights. My husband wants me to get white ones that will stay on all the time. So I think I might do that because we both really like having the lights in the barn. Never seems to fail. I have bird food in one hand, water in the other hand, and both eagles and 2 juveniles just flew overhead. Now, they only had 1 baby this year. The first year they were here, they had 2. The last 2 years, they've had 1. So I really hope that the babies aren't coming back because they are territorial and they will come back to where they were born. All I can do is leave it in God's hands and hope they don't take any of my sheep. I am finally getting a handle on coyotes are gone. We still hear them in the creek, but no sign of them on the property. So I'm hoping that the hunting went well. As for the bobcat, I have not seen it. We see the tracks all over the place, but we actually have not seen it since that first day that I saw it. I do think it killed my geese though, so I'm gonna have to go find some more geese. But we're getting a handle on things. It's never gonna be perfect. I mean, unless you have a very small acreage where you can monitor everything 24/7 and are there all the time and are like the luckiest person in the world. I envy you, I really do. We don't have that luxury. My sheep have to go out on pasture. We did not get that fence put in last weekend. It is all torn down. I'm just waiting on my husband to have a little bit of free time. He is swamped this week at work, so he won't be home anytime soon to be able to put it in. The plan is to hopefully get it put in and stretched this weekend. And then, I'm hoping there won't be a ton of snow. But if there is a ton of snow, we're still gonna have to stretch it this weekend because I've got to get my sheep out. This pen is just not big enough for all of them right now. Okay, feeding is over. My daughter came home and helped me feed, and I had like a minor heart attack. So as I was down here watering everything, I heard tires screeching on the highway, like right in front of the lane going into our house. And I thought, please God, don't let that be my daughter that somebody's about to rear end. Because even if you turn your blinker on into our lane, we have really stupid people. They seriously think they don't need to, or they'll try to pull out around. Like if they don't want to stop, they'll try and go around. And then there's always cars coming from the other direction. So then you have people slamming on your brakes and trying to kill you. Semis are the worst, because right after our house is a hill going down, and on the top of the hill going up on the other side, it turns to 55. And they try speeding past our house at 55 just so they can get up the hill. We have lots of issues on our road, but thankfully it wasn't her. She was just barely leaving work. So now I'm wondering if it was one of my neighbors across the highway that were turning in, and because cars were coming from the other direction, they had to stop, and the cars going this direction didn't want to. So anyway, we're good. And then she scared the living crap out of me when I came out of the bathroom after watering the birds and washing my hands. She thought that was hysterical. But our night's over. I'm gonna feed the dogs, call it a night. There's leftovers, so I'm not cooking anything for dinner. And I still haven't got the tree down. I have been, like I said, in front of that computer all day. So I think I'm gonna find a book and enjoy myself for a couple hours and just relax. We'll deal with the tree tomorrow.